All right, welcome to the JV action. JV1 versus the Wichita Junior Thunder. Warm-up's just underway here. We'll get started in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Checking out the standings, if I can get my phone to open up. Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs leading the JV division, 31 points, and they won this morning, so they'll have 33 once the stats are updated. JV1 sitting in second with 30 points, so they really need to come up with a big game here against the Junior Thunder to try to keep pace with the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Marshall has Midmo sitting in third with 20 points, showing 18 games played, which is the same as the JV or the Knights. Wichita is showing in fourth, but they only show 12 games, so I'm assuming they've got at least 4, 5, 6 games in there somewhere, so it's like their stats aren't getting updated. So they're showing in fourth with 19 points, but I'm assuming they've had more games played than that. And knowing how good this team is, they probably won the majority of those. So I'm guessing the Thunder are really in third place and not in fourth. So big game here for the Knights as they try to keep pace with the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. And we would love to get ahead of them and put the Thunder in a collision course with the Ice Hogs when we get to the tournament time, at least have them in the same side of the bracket with the Knights in the opposite bracket. So Knights got to get themselves a win here, gain a few points, try to catch up with Northwest Arkansas. Final 10 seconds of warm-ups and we'll get this thing underway. You'll hear a lot of the same names as a lot of these teams do dual action. We'll see if it'll be Miller or Dries in net. I'm going to assume Dries since Miller played the varsity game. Knights look like they only have Russo. So he will get the start after coming off that 6-3 victory in the varsity game just a little bit ago. That Wichita Knights varsity game came very physical. A lot of hard hits. Refs kind of let them play on. There were some penalties, but not as many as I've seen in other games that weren't near as physical. So they let them play. We'll see if they have the same course of action. It does look like Dries is staying in net for the Thunder down there. So it'll be Dries and Russo battling out here on the JV side. Varsity is done for the weekend. So JV will be back in action against Wichita tomorrow, 3:15. JV2 slated for a 12:45 puck drop against the Northwest Arkansas Ice Hogs. Knights will bring out Neal, Chikini, and Busher. McClin and Goins will be on the defense. Puck is dropped. Donahue wins it. Glazier up the left-hand side. Loses the puck. Over to Busher. Quickly out to Neal. Neal up the left-hand side. Tries to go around Jones. Down into the corner. Centers it up front. Grabbed by Donahue. Up high to McClin. Back down to Busher. Backhander right into the glove of Dries. Nice accuracy on that backhander there, Riley. I didn't even think he was looking. He just kind of flipped it backwards, and Dries said, "Look what I found." Face-off will be to the left of Dries. Neal wins it down to the corner, but grabbed by the Thunder, sent around the half wall. Now it'll be Miller. Pressured by Busher. Miller grabs the puck, sends it into neutral. Pass Goins, now McClellan will race back for it. Jones will chase after him, or that's Murray. Miller will backhand it, gets it down to Gollin. Gollin takes a shot from Goins. Loose puck, grabbed by Miller. Centered up front, shot goes wide of the net. Murray and Neal were going at it. That's an icing call. I was keeping my eye on what was going on back behind the play. Probably could have had penalties on both of them, and the refs let them play on. 11:54 remaining in the first, just underway, no score. Face-off will be the right side of Russo. In comes Larson, Smith, and Fortner. Drill and Graham. Drill sends it around the back half wall, grabbed by Glazier. Centered up front, broken up by Drill. Now he'll slap it off the half wall far side. Now it'll be Larson, quickly out to Fortner. Fortner up the right, Smith fills the middle, dispossessed of the puck, sent around the half wall. Pass, Drill, arms in the air, and we're gonna get an icing. Face-off over to the left side of Dries. In the Thunder zone. Face-off one up high to Drill. Over to Smith, off his backhand, loses the puck. Miller grabs it, Drill gets a hold of it. Rips one, now it's blocked. Here comes Gollin up the left-hand side. Broken up by Graham. Smith's backhander comes right to Larson. Larson into the Thunder zone, puts on the brakes. Waiting on some line changes. In comes Honan and Brookfield. Puck loose, grabbed by the Thunder. Creech up ahead to Glazier. Drill sends it into the neutral zone, backhanded by Graham. This will be grabbed by Donahue. Into the night zone once again. Drill near side to Brookfield. Up the left-hand side. Strubble goes for the big check. Puck goes down low, grabbed by the Thunder, back behind Dries. Sent around the half wall. Larson tried to send it over to Brookfield. Deflected, comes right up front towards Honan. Honan gets a big check, followed up by Larson with a big check. Trickles up to Morrison. Takes a shot, sends it wide of the net. In comes Richter. Honan will keep it in the Thunder zone momentarily, now grabbed by Glazier. He'll lose his edge. Down goes Neal as he tripped over Glazier. Sent into the night zone. This is Big Mo. Sends it up ahead. Forecheck by Chikaini. Loose puck, grabbed by Neal. Comes to his backhand, loses it, tries to center it up front, grabbed by Jones. Richter puts a hit on Jones. Gollin comes away with a puck, sends it out to neutral ice. Off of Becker's stick, touched up by Russo, left for Morrison. Round the half wall, Gollin will hold this one in. Checked by Neal. Quick shot deflected by Becker. Gollin and Neal going at it still, saved by Russo once again. Now it's Gollin up high to Strubble. Goes back behind Russo, comes over near side Morrison, held by Jones. Sent back down low by Jones, around the half wall, Gollin. He takes a shot from Becker, comes right up front, Miller, Russo with a save. Richter, round the half wall, past Neal. Strubble holds it, comes to Glazier. Stolen by Cicchini, but can't get it out of the zone. Jones will hold it, gets it to Glazier. Shot blocked by Morrison. Glazier centers it up front, cleared by Richter. Gollin keeps it in for the Thunder. Down in the far corner, Glazier. Loose puck grabbed by Cicchini. Backhander comes up, held by Jones. Skates in, takes a shot way wide of the net. Far side, Gollin holds it in. Down low to Glazier. In will come Donahue for the Thunder. Larson comes away with the puck, has it poked away. Now Richter clears it, and we're going to get an icing.
This game is brought to you by Power Electric. Power puts people first.
8:39 remaining in the first, no score. 7:39 remaining. Face off to the right side of Russo in the night zone. Smith can't get it cleared. Shot, saved by Russo. McClaskey sends it back down low. Creech will go for it, so will Goins. Now McClin will battle for it against Murray. Murray comes away with it. Loose puck up front. Murray will backhand it high up to Strubble. Back down low to Murray. Cross ice to McClaskey. Sent up front, saved by Russo. Donahue in the corner. McClaskey tripped over the blue line, I think there. Just took a seat. Nobody was even around him. Now Fortner tries to get it to Larson. Off the stick of Miller, goes out of play. They'll blow it dead. Face-off will come out to neutral ice. Brookfield, Richter, and Honan. McClin and Goins. Richter and Miller will battle this face-off out. Glazer's over here to the near side. Got to watch him. He's got some speed. Face-off comes to Brookfield. Shot gets deflected off of Jones. Now Brookfield wraps it around the half wall. McClin holds it at the blue line. Backhanded, trying to get it to Honan. Deflected. Jones will try to clear it. That gets to Gollin. Now it's Miller with the puck, back behind Dries. Around the half wall, Gollin keeps it, gets it on his stick, down low, comes back behind Dries. Forecheck by Brookfield, loses the puck, comes right up front to Honan, shoots, saved by Dries. Honan with a nice slot shot, but couldn't get it in the back of the net. Susie Honan also doubles with the Women's Junior Thunder team. They just won a championship a couple weeks ago. Nice job, Junior. Did I say Junior Thunder? Junior Predators out in Nashville. Now it's Miller, poked away by Brookfield, comes all the way to Jones. He's got room to skate, gains the red line, gains the blue line. Puts it in, loses the puck. Neal and McClin fighting for it. Now it gets deflected. Graham will clear it, and that's going to be an icing. I don't think they realized they were teammates at that time, battling for the puck. Black jerseys, white jerseys, boys. Neal, Cicchini, and Busher. Neal and Donahue will battle the face-off off. Went out to the middle. Now it'll be Murray. Jones sends it up front. Donahue misses on that one. Poked away, grabbed by Drill. Pushed ahead to Neal. Up the right-hand side. Looking to center. Cicchini. Broken up by Jones. Oh, nice pass there by Neal, but couldn't connect with Cicchini. Now we get an icing by the Thunder. Neal and Chikine connected last time when we were down in Wichita. That gave the Knights the 2-1 victory. That was a big slap shot from Chikine. They tried to replicate the magic, and this time it didn't work. Now it'll be Creech around the half wall. Graham sends it back down low, far side. Grabbed by Donahue. Peels back for a little time and space. Now gets it to Strubble. Touch pass, Neal with a forecheck. Glazier still gets it out of the zone. Graham sends it back in. Strubble pushed ahead, trying to get it to Donahue. Broken up by Neal. Comes to Drill. Drill to Neal. Cross ice towards Chikine. Graham's calling for it. Chikine's got it. Now loses it. Dispossessed by Donahue. Strubble up ahead to Donahue. Now loose puck. Grabbed by Strubble. Brings it in right side. Blocker save, Russo. Poked away by Larson. Drill will clear it. Arms in the air. Icing will be the call. 4 minutes remaining in the first. No score. Face-off will come back into the Knight zone right side of Russo.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Becker rips it around the half wall, out in front of Fortner. Jones will send it back in, grabbed by Morrison. Tries to go cross ice, out in front of Smith, pokes it down into the Wichita zone, will chase after it. Jones and Smith, loose puck right behind the net. Tried to center it to Fortner. That'll go all the way down to Russo. Tipped off Morrison, out to Fortner. Backhanded it back into his own zone. This will be Becker far side. Will look over his left shoulder. Miller was coming from his right, but he'll get it over to Morrison. Backhanded to Fortner. Nice move around Miller by Fortner. Gains the red line, gains the blue line. Dispossessed of the puck, cleared by Jones. Now it'll be Becker. Tried to clear it, whiffed on it. Creech grabs it, sends a shot wide of the net. Murray sends it back behind Russo. Morrison can't get a hold of it. Now it'll be Becker in the trapezoid. Sends it around the half wall. Smith can't get there. Murray sends one down low. Bounces it off the half wall. Centered up front. Deflected off Fortner's stick. Larson gets it cleared to neutral. This will be Jones. Right into the glove of Russo. He'll kick it off to the side. Now it's Morrison, backhander, trying to get it to Brookfield. This will be grabbed by Murray. Center pass stolen by Honan. Nice pass out to Brookfield. Brookfield to the center. Loses it, goes off into the corner. Honan goes right to the front of the net, but Donahue will grab the puck. Donahue up through center. Poke checked away by McClellan. Brookfield will backhand it into the Thunder zone. This will be Strubble off the glass. Broken up by McClellan. Brookfield has to wait. Shot goes wide of the net. Brookfield will chase after it. Strubble will clear it. Now it's McClellan. Off to the right-hand side. To his backhand. Nice stick handling. Leaves it for Honan. Shot. Broken up by the Thunder. That's Strubble. Goins holds it right to the stick of Strubble, and he'll clear it, and that's going to be an icing. 1:25 remaining in the first. Face-off in the Thunder zone. To the right of Dries. Knights will switch things up. In comes Smith. In comes Larson. In comes Fortner. McClellan and Goins will stay out there on the defense. Face-off one to Jones, ripped around the boards. McClellan will hold it, sends it back down low. Back behind Dries. McClaskey can't get to the puck. Fortner sends it back into the corner. Now back behind Dries, grabbed by Jones, being pressured by Smith. Over far side, Glazier. He'll get it cleared. Broken up by McClin, stolen by McClin, brought into the Thunder zone to the slot. Smith was the only one there. Now dump it down low. Smith will battle Jones for it. Back in the trapezoid, back behind Dries. Miller will come away with it, slaps it off the glass. Goins holds it, sends one deflected and goes wide of the net. Past McClaskey. Now it'll be Larson. Centered up front, Fortner misses on the one-timer. Glazier, cross ice, now it's Gollin. Gollin will skate in, takes a shot. Russo saved, popped up in the air, slapped down by McClin, and here comes Larson the other way. Larson through the middle, shot, Dries with a save. Cleared out by the Thunder, but stays in their zone. Fortner takes a shot, Dries with a glove save, and they'll blow it dead. Furious last 1 minute of the period. Puck going up and down the ice both directions. Drill and Graham on the defense. Neal, Chikine, and Busher. Neal wins it to Drill. Drill takes a shot, deflected up front. 5 seconds. Busher, shot wide of the crease, round the half wall, and that'll be the end of the period. After one, we have no score. I don't think I should have raced that Zamboni. My right hip hurts. Save that for the younger kids. Too old to run, too young for a hip replacement, I think. I did win, though, by the way. Just want that to be noted. I'm faster than a Zamboni. So first period, Junior Thunder 7 shots on goal, no goals. Knights no goals on only 4 shots. Russo will head off to our left. Dries will head off to our right. Knights will bring out Neal, Busher, and Chikine. McClin and Goins on the defense. Face off to Goins. Deflected, comes to McClin. He'll send it cross ice to Busher. Busher up the right-hand side. Neal will fill the middle. Busher's shot, or pass, but missed by Neal. And that goes out of play. I think that bounced off Kempkes. That's why the coaches stand behind the players. He got too close to the boards and got drilled with a puck. Thought it was coming out to neutral, but they're going to say face off in the Thunder zone. So to the right of Dries. Oh, and that was a penalty. I didn't see the arm in the air. So Knights are on the power play. Face off won by the Thunder, cleared by the Thunder. .21, that's Strubble, but did not see the call at all. I was looking for the puck deflection that bounced off Kempkes. Now it's McClin. Neal will stay onside. Takes a shot, bounces it off Creech. Stung him a little bit as he was rubbing his leg. Now Creech will send it around the half wall. Goins chips it, trying to get it to Chikine. Murray deflects it. Now deflected off Busher's stick. That'll come to McClin in the neutral zone. Peels back, time and space, gives it to Goins. Goins to Chikine. Chikine in. Neal stays onside, pinned up against that wall. Chikine with a shot, deflected and goes up into the net. That'll be out of play. Face off in the Thunder zone. 11:44 remaining in this second. No score. Knights are on the power play. Goins, McClin on the defense. Smith, Larson, and Becker will go to forward. He played some forward a few weeks ago. Looked pretty good for somebody that normally plays defense. Larson wins it. Goins pressured by Glazer. Can't get the steal. McClin sends one up front. Dries will jump on top of it. I think Russo's putting the shots on goal to the wrong side. Face off. Smith can't get a hold of it. Glazer clears it. Now it's to McClin. Larson wasn't looking for the pass. Bounces off the back of his skates. He'll skate back, get it, and he'll send it back to McClin. McClin in, up the, oh, just offsides. Face-off won by the Thunder, cleared by Glazer. That'll come straight to Russo. He'll leave it off for Drill. Around the backside of the net, now cross ice, bounces it off Larson. Glazer sends it right back. Oops, blocked by the ref. Now here comes Becker. Becker cross ice, Larson shot wide of the net. Up to Drill. Pressured by Glazer. And now they're going to say offsides, trickles out. This will be Graham, cross ice. Cleared back out by the Thunder. Now it'll be a delayed offside, waiting on Larson to get on. This will be Strubble. That's the end of the power play for the Knights. Not a whole lot of offensive action. It was down in the Thunder zone a lot, but they never really got any clean offense going. Now it'll be Creech, sends it back to Strubble, slaps it off the boards back behind Gollin. Gollin will come back, grab this one, gains the red line, dumps it into the Knight zone. This will be Graham. Creech will forecheck, gets the puck into the corner. Neal trying to come away with it. Loose puck now finally grabbed by Larson. Larson will go left. Neal will stay onside. Larson puts on the brakes. Centered up front. Strubble sauces it high up into the air. Back behind Drill. Now to be Creech racing for it. And we're going to get an offsides as nobody gets there first. Faceoff will come back into the Thunder zone. 9:42 remaining in the second, no score. Neal, Busher, Chikini, Goins, and McClin. Neal wins it to Busher. He backhands it, splits the defense, and now it's a foot race. Murray. McClin will grab it. Up ahead to Chikini. Backhanded it. McClaskey gets it to Miller. Miller up the left-hand side, blocked away by Neal. Right back to Donahoe. Now it comes to Neal. Tries to leave it for Busher. Gollin will clear it, and that'll be another icing. Face-off back to the Thunder zone. 9:04 remaining in the period. Oh, they are right. He was just really late on the last night's goal, and I saw one go up for the Thunder. That's why I thought he's putting it to the wrong side. Brookfield, Richter, Honan on this offensive zone face-off. Poked away, comes to the stick of Gollin. Held in by McClin, sent back down low, bounces off the half wall. Drees pinned up against that right post. And now they'll blow it dead as Drees covers it up. Honan, shot deflected, comes over near side. This will be Miller, backhands it up off the boards. Goins will slap it down. Donahue will go after it. Goins with a body check. Loose puck, grabbed by Donahue up front, slapped away by Richter. Brookfield gets a steal. Up through neutrals. Got Honan to the left. Comes through the slot. Takes a shot. Shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 22, JT Brookfield. I believe that was unassisted. 8:09 remaining in the second. Knights finally get on the board. Lead 8-1 or 1-0. Good grief. Trying to write and talk at the same time, like walking and chewing gum. Here comes Chikini. Poked away by Strubble. Sends a shot. Drees with a save. Backhand shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 23, Riley Busher. From number 91, Lincoln Chikini. And with 7:54 remaining in the second, Knights are now up 2-0. Knights, Busher takes a check from Glazier. He goes down, arms in the air. They'll touch it up, and Glazier's going to head off to the sin bin on that one for roughing. So Knights to the power play, 7:44 remaining in the second, up 2-0. Glazier off to the sin bin for roughing. Sin bin brought to you by the Westport Flea Market Bar and Grill, home of the best burgers in Kansas City. Fortner, Smith, Becker, Larson and Morrison cleared by the Thunder. All the way down, Russo will touch it up in the trapezoid. Left for Larson. Murray started to put some pressure on, now peels back. That's Smith off the stick of Becker. Strubble round the half wall. Held by Morrison. Murray kicks it out. Forward check by Creech. Puts it into the night zone. This will be Larson once again. Pass back behind Fortner, but comes right to Becker as he was pinned against the boards of the blue line. Becker comes away from the slot, takes a shot over the top of Drees. Now bouncing around up in the air, and they're going to blow it dead. I think it was on the back of the net. Face-off will be to the right of Drees. 6:53 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-0. Comes to Morrison. Morrison will send it down low. Becker backhands it behind the net, comes over. Larson will come down, grabs this puck low. Boy, putting a hit on as he was racing after the puck. Fortner with a late shot. And now we're going to get an arm in the air. Fortner's waiting, or going back for a stick, and we got a Roughing here on Jones, I think. No, it'll actually be on Fortner. So face-offs down in the Knight zone. This will neutralize the power play. It'll be a 4-on-4. And then the Thunder in 49 seconds will go to the power play for a minute 11. Thunder win the face-off. Neal, Busher, Goins, and McClin in. This will be Miller. Through the blue line from the crease, deflected off Busher right up front. Shot goes wide of the net. Now it'll be Miller down in the corner, back behind Russo. Creech will call for it up high. Takes a shot, deflected by Donahue, goes past the net. Now stolen by Neal, he'll get it cleared. Off the half wall, arms in the air, comes right to Dries, so no icing, kicks it off to the side. Neal will come over, loses dispossessed of the puck down low. In comes Busher for support, up the wall, now grabbed by McClin. Skates in, takes a shot, that goes high. Thunder to the power play. To Glazier, fresh out of the box. Gains the red line, backhands it into the Knight zone. Now it'll be McClin in the corner. Cycles it back behind the net. Can't get cleared as Strubble holds it. No, they do say off. Now it comes into the Thunder zone. Grabbed by Creech. Delayed offsides as Neal was offsides. Now Richter will get on. Puck comes right to Richter. He dumps it into the corner. Back behind the net, Strubble. Pressured by Richter. Up ahead towards Gollin. Kicked high up in the air. Right towards Russo. He'll cover this one up. Goins and Murray got locked up together. A little shove after the fact. No penalties called. Face-off will be in the Knight zone with 15 seconds remaining on the Thunder power play. Knights leading 2-0. Drill and Graham will check in. Richter and Brookfield will be in here for the forwards. 15 seconds, we'll get Fortner back. Up high to Jones, shot wide of the net. Wrapped around the wall. Brookfield tips it, now races for the puck. Brookfield up the right, tips it down into the Thunder zone. That'll kill off the power play. Nice penalty kill for the Knights. Fortner comes out of the box, Honan comes onto the ice. Strubble down low, high up off the glass. Held by Graham. Blocked by Jones. Jones will send it out to neutral. This will be Drill off the half wall, up ahead to Honan. Tried to get it to Larson. Now Larson will skate over, grabs it, sends it up the boards towards Smith. Graham sends one towards Dries, covered up by Dries. They'll blow it dead with 4:04 remaining in the second. Knights leading 2-0.
This game is brought to you by Power Electric. Power puts people first.
Face-off trickles up towards Drill, backhanded into the slot. Fortner can't get a stick on it. Now backhanded down low, go battle McClaskey for it. Smith comes away with it. Smith, backhander. Covered up by Dries. Face-off will be to the left side of Dries. Larson Donahue will face it off. Larson wins it, but now it comes all the way out into the neutral zone. This will be Graham. Backhands it, Smith. Backhands it, stolen by Donahue. Fortner with the back check, gets a steal. Jones. Back into the Thunder zone by Graham. Klasky tries to clear it. Forecheck by Fortner. Centered up front, goes wide of the net. Now it's Donahue, poked away by Smith. Cross ice, Fortner, shot right into the gut of Dries. 3:17 remaining in the period. Face-off will be to the right side of Dries. Morrison and Becker. Becker slides up to D on this one. Fortner, Smith, and Larson on the forwards. Up high to Morrison. Shoots deflected off Larson. Morrison holds it at the blue line, sends it back into the crease. Grabbed by Strubble, held by Morrison. Skates in hard, holds at the blue line, can't jump up high enough to save that one. Now it's Gollin. He beats Morrison to the puck and goes down and gets it. That's Glazier. Centered up front, cleared out by Morrison. Quick shot right into the gut of Russo. 2:46 remaining in the period. Face-off will be the left side of Russo.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Neal, Busher, and Chikine. Becker and Big Mo. Neal and Murray will battle out the face-off. One Neal to Becker. Round the half wall, trying to get it to Chikine. Too far out in front. Now it's Strubble. Foot race. Neal wins it. Takes a shot. Dries with a save. Oh, man. Now it's cleared by the Thunder. Murray's going to win this foot race. Brings it up high. Glazier with a shot wide of the net. Chikine battling Gollin. And a whistle blown. Not really sure why. Unless Gollin was laying on the puck, maybe, I don't know. He was down on the ice. So Neal and Donahue will battle out the face-off to the right side of Russo in the night zone. 2:17 remaining. Neal wins it off to the side, grabbed by Miller to Strubble. Shot blocked by Neal. Into the neutral zone. Jones sends it back in, delayed offsides, comes right to McClin. Backhanded to Busher. Busher trying to get it to Neal, blocked by Donahue's skate. Loose puck in the neutral zone, grabbed by Donahue. He'll skate back for time and space. Sends it off to Jones. Cross ice, almost stolen by Goins, now grabbed by Miller. Cross ice back to Jones. Off the half wall, back to Strubble. Donahue gets it out to neutral. This will be Goins. Slaps it off the boards. Neal. Lincoln Chikine was calling for it. Neal didn't get a good clean pass to him. Now Miller gets it, dumps it into the corner. McClin looks over his shoulder, grabs the puck, skates around the backside of Russo. Dispossessed of the puck by Donahue. Left, right in front of the crease. Backhander Creech goes wide of the net. Now it'll be Busher. Trying to push it ahead to Neal. Neal backhands it right to Chikine. Got McClin near side. Oh, whiffed. Tried to pass it to him, whiffed on it. Neal can't hold it at the blue line. Trickles out to neutral. Now into the night zone. Goins. Cross ice. Bounces over the stick of McClin. Right to Jones. Oh, McClin passed it to Goins. He was too close. Ricochets off his skate. He goes sliding through the ice, but actually blocked the shot. Hey, way to go. Unintentional slide and ends up being a good play. Now it's Larson with the steal around Strubble. Comes in, takes a shot. Dries with a save. Forecheck by Brookfield. Saves that clearing pass by Strubble. Now far side Gollin. Can't get it cleared. Larson with the steal. Around Strubble. Centered up front. Smith went to the left of Jones and the pass came to the right. Now we got a delayed offsides. This will be Jones, no pressure. Pulls up in the trapezoid. That's the end of the period. After 2, it's the Knights 2, the Thunder 0. Knights 16 shots on goal, 2 of them getting in the back of the net. Thunder, no goals, 11 shots on goal. Hey, if you don't have anything to do tonight, check out KSMO TV. Kansas City Mavericks taking on the Tahoe Night Monsters. Mavericks on a 13-game winning streak. That tops the ECHL right now. Leading the Western Conference also. Ahead of the Idaho Steelhead, and then Tahoe's right behind them. Because of the weather, probably not going to be a whole lot of people in the seats. So if you're not planning on getting out, which I probably don't blame you, tune into KSMO, check out the Kansas City Mavericks. Get a fire started, grab a hot chocolate, and watch some hockey. Sounds like a fun time, huh? Wichita's ready to go. They're back out on the ice. Knights finishing up one last talk from Coach Zwellenberg. Russo heads to our right. He's the only one that left the huddle. Dries is off to the left. Thunder will bring out Gollin, Glazier, Murray, Jones, and McClaskey. I think that's who 22 is. Knights will counter with Busher, Neal, Chikaini, McClin, and Goins. Face off, Glazier to Jones. Back to Glazier, up ahead to Murray. Into the Knight zone, squeezed by McClin, goes off into the far corner. Now McClin around the half wall towards Busher, backhands it up the wall. McClaskey can't hold it, foot race for the puck. Jones will get there before Neal. Around the backside of Dries, sends it over towards Gollin. He wasn't looking for it. Now McClin dumps it back into late offsides. Now Gollin, cross ice towards Donahue. He's dispossessed of the puck. Busher to Neal. Backhander blocked by Jones. Neal back behind the net, puts on the brakes, now sends it up the half wall. This will be Gollin. Broken up by McClin, backhanded by Glazier, goes right to Donahue, shot, blocker, save, Russo! Neal pushes it ahead to McClin, out into the neutral zone. McClin keeps forechecking on the puck, comes back to his forehand, takes a shot, shoots, and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 8, Tevis McClin. Who did I say got him that? Was that Neal before he went to the bench? Is that Neal, I think? I think it was. Tevis McClin. Neal pushed it ahead to him. 11:49 remaining in the game. Cross ice over to Miller. Shot deflected off Graham, goes off into the corner. Now it's Honan. To Brookfield. Not sure he gained the red line, but the refs say otherwise. No icing. Now it'll be Creech. Back to Miller. Around Graham. Takes a shot. Russo with a right pad save. Right to Honan. Pushed ahead. Brookfield can't get it out. McClaskey holds it in. Now it's Drill down in the corner. Sent to Honan. Over to Brookfield. Gains the red line, dumps it. Strubble will go after it. Susie will chase. Honan comes away with it. Tries to center. Shot. Dries with a save. Graham holds it. Popped up in the air by McClaskey. Now it's Donahue back behind the net. Oh, a couple nice moves by Donahue. 3 nice moves. He goes right around 3 Knights. Brings it into the crease, loses the puck. Glazier tries to center it. Drill will try to clear it. Strubble can't hold it. Now a foot race. Smith will get to it. Up the right-hand side by himself. Shot blocked by McClaskey. Larson holds it in. Right side, gets squeezed by 2 Thunders. Drill with a shot right into the glove of Dries. Face-off
This game is brought to you by Par Electric. Par puts people first.
Face-off will be to the left of Dries with 10:13 remaining in the game. Fortner, Smith, Larson, Morrison, and Becker. They'll kick Gollin over a little bit as he was over his half of the hashes. Quick shot by Becker right into the glove of Dries once again. Face-off one to Becker. Shot, deflected by Murray, and he's going to win the foot race. Grabs it left. Morrison racing back. Shot, saved by Russo, and Morrison goes hard into the boards. Murray was back checking hard. Morrison was. Murray still jawing at Morrison. I don't know what that was all about. Morrison just a hard back check back, trying to keep a shot off. Murray didn't like it, but Morrison's the one that went into the boards. Gollin gets the face-off. Shot goes wide, comes around. Fortner up the left-hand side. Glazier with a nice back check. Loses the puck, but comes right to Larson. Centered. Smith! Saved by Dries! Oh, man, what a save by Dries, keeping this thing 3-0. Now the pass up high goes past Morrison. Down goes Becker. Gollin's going to win this foot race. Nice job by Morrison coming back for the puck. Jones will hold at the blue line. Shot right into the glove of Russo. Nice defensive line by Colton Morrison. He'll head to the bench for a well-deserved rest. Goins and McClin check in. Chikine, Busher, and Neal. Waved off for some reason, so we'll try it again. Neal and Donahue. Neal wins it across ice, but Strubble's going to hold this one in. The grab by Neal. Neal up the right-hand side, pokes it around, goes around Strubble, up the right-hand side, in comes Neal, takes a shot off the post! Oh! Initially right up front, loose puck, now in comes Busher, he'll take a shot off the post again! Now Dries will cover it up. Dries got the initial save off Neal, but it deflected off the crossbar. And then Busher sends one and sends it off the right post. Dries will turn around and kiss both of those later. Goalie's best friend, man. Face off, Chikine shot, deflected by Dries. Comes to Miller, backhander, comes out into the neutral zone. This will be McClin. Busher and Neal fight for it. Neal gets it, he'll take a shot. Dries with another save. Neal tries to center it up front to Chikine as he was battling right in the crease. Donahue and Goins both go after the puck. Donahue lost his twig. Now we should get an icing, and we do. 8:14 remaining in the game. Knights leading 3-0. .8:14 remaining. Face-off will be to the left side of Dries. In will come Richter, Brookfield, and Honan. Graham and Drill on the defense. Face-off Richter comes to Drill. Takes a shot, deflected by McClaskey. Goes to the near corner. Now it's grabbed by Murray. Back checked by Richter. Now cleared out into the neutral zone. That'll come to Graham. Graham's pass stolen by Glazer. Backhander to Murray. Loses that one. Here comes Richter. He'll gain the red line. Dumps it back behind Dries. Honan sends it around. Graham misses on that. Now a foot race. Look out, Gollin's going to win this one. Takes a shot just past the blocker of Russo. Just missed that right post. Now it's Drill. Backhanded, comes right to Brookfield. Loses the puck, regains control, now loses it again. Now it's Donahue. Over to Gollin, gains the red line. He'll go to the bench, dumps it into the night zone. Back behind Russo. This will be Graham. Or no, Larson. Susie looked over her right shoulder, pass came to the left. Brookfield will race down, battle McClaskey for it. Susie will race over, backhands it down low. McClaskey gets it to Miller. Miller to Donahue. Stolen by Susie Honan. Backhands it, grabbed by Jones. Pushed ahead to Donahue. Up the right-hand side, puts on the brakes. Has a little time and space. Tries to get it past Larson. Larson deflects it into neutral zone. Now backhands it to Morrison. Cross-ice pass to Fortner. Tries to go around Donahue. Donahue gets the steal. Stretch pass to Creech. He'll lose that one down in the corner to Morrison. Bounces one off the back of Larson. Now gets it back up to Larson. Chips it around McClaskey. Miller backhands it down into the night zone. This will be Morrison. Wraps it around the boards towards Fortner. Larson leaves it for Fortner. Gains the red line. Dumps it back behind Dries. Wraps it around the far half wall. Smith, nice back check. Gets the steal. Gives it to Larson. Little shoulder check to Donahue. Now leaves it for Becker. He'll send one way wide of the net. Now down low, Brookfield. Tried to center it up front. Backhander Smith gets deflected, comes over near side Larson. Comes high to Larson, leaves it for Morrison. Deflected, grabbed by Jones. Round Becker, Jones up the left-hand side. Backhands it back behind Russo. Oh, big check on Morrison. Now Fortner and McClaskey going at it. Been a lot of late shoving by both teams. Refs letting them play on. Loose puck, Neal. Kicks it down. Fortner dumps it into the Thunder zone with 4:45 remaining. Donahue will grab this one. Neal will chase after him. Gets to the puck, backhands it near corner. Up the wall, comes to Chikaini. He'll take a shot, deflected, goes wide of the net. Becker steps up, holds it back down low. McClaskey around the boards. Fortner will hold it. Back around the boards, goes far side. This will be Chikaini. Misses on the pass. Gollin sends it into neutral. Morrison sends it back in, delayed offsides. Now it's Jones, near side towards Fortner. To Morrison. Cross-ice stretch pass to Chikaini. Chikaini continues to work after it. Comes to Neal, takes a shot. That gets deflected off the back glass. Neal will come over near side. Center pass right between Becker and Chikaini. Grabbed by Gollin. Gollin will send it around the boards. Busher will hold it in. Grabbed by Chikaini, loose puck, now grabbed by Neal. Sends one towards Dries. He'll cover that one up. Face-off will be in the Thunder zone, 3:31 remaining in the game.
This game brought to you by CK Print and Design, your one-stop print shop.
Richter, Brookfield, Honan will check in. Goins and McClin on the defense. Knights looking for those valuable 2 points that they need here. Keep pace with Northwest Arkansas that won earlier today against the JV2 team 4-0. Did most of their damage in the first, scoring 3. And then got one late in the fourth to make it third to make it a 4-0 win. This will be McClin, pressured by Murray. Battle down low in the trapezoid. McClin comes away with it as Murray was pinched up by Richter. Now push it ahead just out in front of Honan. Miller sauces it up into the far corner. McClin once again around the half wall to Brookfield. Down goes Brookfield. McClin comes away with a puck. Pushed ahead towards Richter. Into the Thunder zone. Now they'll send one that's going to be an icing by Strubble. Faceoff will come back to the right-hand side of Dries with 2:26 remaining in the game. Knights up 3-0. Fortner, Larson, and Smith, McClin, and Goins. Face off right up front. Smith shoots. Saved by Dries. Now the net's off, and they'll blow that one dead as Smith got pushed into the net. And they'll bring it out to neutral. Smith sends it over near side to McClin, being pressured by Gollin. Gets it ahead to Fortner. Baby Fortner gains the red line, dumps it in behind Dries. And we're going to get a penalty here late. Arm in the air, not sure which team it was on. We're going to get an interference call. That'll be on Glazier. So power play to the Knights with 1:48 remaining in the game. Neal, Chikaini, and Becker will move up to forward on this one. Drill and Graham on the defense. Neal and Donahue will battle the face-off to the left side of Dries. Now we got a conference with the Thunder's coach and the ref. He's not liking something. Pleading his case. Won't win this, but it'll give the ref something to think about later, and that's why you got to plead that case when you disagree with something or see something they missed. Now we're ready to go. Neal wins the faceoff. Chikaini's shot goes wide of the net. Gollin, he'll rip one down the half wall, clears it off into the Knight zone. Graham around the half wall. Neal can't get to it first, but Gollin's entry pass bounces off Neal. Now he'll backhand it, trying to get it to Becker. Cleared by Strubble. Drill pushes it ahead to Neal. Around Strubble, skates in, takes a shot right into Dries. Now Chikaini and Jones go at it after the fact. Face-off will be to the left of Dries. 1:24 remaining in the game. Knights will be on the power play the remainder of the game unless they score. Face-off, Neal off to the far side. Bounces off the wall. Now it's Donahue. Drill will dispossess him of the puck. Gets it to Neal. Neal up the left-hand side. Skates into his forehand. Takes a shot. Dries with the save. And here we go with Chikaini and Gollin this time, I think it was, in front of the net. And they'll switch it up. This will bring in Larson, Smith, Honan. I want to see Honan get one in here. Let's get her a power play goal, guys. Morrison and McClin. Wins it up to Morrison. He'll take a shot. Dries with the save. Strubble and Smith. Larson comes away with it. Centered up front. Susie can't get a shot off. Clean. Now it's Morrison. He'll take a shot. Dries with a save. Battle up front. Now Dries will cover it up with 52 seconds left. He was laying on the ice. Puck was moving around. Finally got that left paw out there and got the puck covered up. Face-off will come to the right side of Dries this time. Or again, I guess. That's where they last faced it off. Comes up. Morrison shot just past the glove of Dries. Goes off far side. Gollin will grab this one. Backhands it. Now it's Donahue. Morrison will start retreating. Round Morrison takes a shot wide of the net. Now it's Larson. Up the left-hand side. With speed, around Gollin, around Strubble. Forehand, Dries, save. Gollin will get the puck. He'll clear it right between Morrison and Larson all the way down to Russo. 20 seconds remaining. Larson will put the brakes on. Gets it ahead to Susie Honan. Up to Smith, backhands it to McClin. 8 seconds, McClin skates in. Peels back. On Strubble, and that's the end of the game. Knights take the victory. This will be a 3-0 shutout for Russo. Two teams will battle it out again tomorrow. 3:15 puck drop, 12:45 for the rematch with Northwest Arkansas and the JV2 team. See if what the weather does, whether that will remain or not. So a lot of these games will be pending as the snow continues to fall here in Kansas City. Knights got it started with JT Brookfield unassisted in the second, 8:09 remaining. Gets the Knights on the board, 1-0. That ends up being the game winner. Shortly after, 7:45 remaining in this second, Busher from Chikaini. That gave the Knights a 2-0 lead. What's up, Diaz? And then the final in the third, Tevis McClin from Neal. I think it was Neal because I think he was the one that pushed it ahead to McClin. Tevis McClin getting his goal. 11:49 remain in the game, and that's the way it ended, 3-0. So thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you had fun. I know we did. Next game, if you still have some hockey love in you, want to watch some more, it'll be the Mavericks and the Night Monsters coming up from Cable Dom Arena right next door. Puck drop scheduled for 6:05. And then tomorrow, join us again, JV2, 12:45 against the Ice Hogs. 3:15, assuming weather permitting, will be a rematch with your Knights and the JV1 and the Junior Thunder. Have a safe evening. Stay warm. Knights Nation, we'll see you tomorrow.